Okay, so now that we've asked a few questions about their big picture at the highest levels of their company, now it's time to get the conversation down to the next level, which is more aligned with their world. So let me ask you a question, and I want to stop for a second and say these little conversational prepositions, or if you will, the thing you say right before you ask the question. I have a particular style of that. It's sort of it's a little bit folksy, I've been told. So you say, oh, let me ask you another question. Let me go in a different direction here. So these little intros and phrases, if you're comfortable doing that, it's a great way to turn this into a conversation and make sure it doesn't feel like an interview. So let me ask you this. What's on your whiteboard now that wasn't there 90 days ago? So that's what we want to know, right? We want to know if we could sneak into their office, if they were working in an office, and snap a picture of their whiteboard, we'd have this big, competitive, this big intelligence, this big advantage. They'll tell you, just don't beat around the bush, just ask. Like a lot of other questions, this one is effective because it has a trigger or prompt. This time it's the whiteboard. Even if they don't literally have a whiteboard in front of them, and particularly the fact that I don't know too many people who've set up whiteboards in their home office, but some have, they get it right away. Oh, the whiteboard, yeah, that's kind of it's a proxy or an analogy for what their priorities are. And you'll notice another prompt or trigger is asking about 90 days versus just saying what's on your whiteboard now. That's an important question, particularly during this whole unprecedented, I'll use some of the words you see on commercials, unprecedented, uncertain, anxiety producing, pandemic, lockdown. Everyone's priorities have changed and shifted at least once, maybe multiple times. So asking 90 days today versus 90 days ago, or maybe even 120 days ago, now that we're extending our time in this lockdown, in the pandemic, versus just asking on what's on their whiteboard now is very, very effective. And then here's a little twist as a follow-up that you can ask, which is, okay, that's fantastic, thanks. What absolutely has to be off of your whiteboard in the next 30 days? So obviously that's a way of helping you understand, getting inside their head regarding not only their priorities, but what has bubbled to the top so much that they absolutely have to make sure it is accomplished.